How can I help?
Hi, Tunde. So I've been seeing your videos online, and I was
Okay.
wondering if you could make me an app.
Okay, tell me more about it. What app
Okay,
idea do you
so
have?
um, my app is basically about seeing who has unfollowed you on Instagram very quickly without having to scroll through all your followers and find out who
Ah,
they follow you back.
that's an interesting one actually, because I remember there were these apps in the past where you would put your username and password of Instagram and they would check it for you. But it's really
Yeah,
unsafe to do that. So you basically want
yeah.
like a safer way to do that without having to give your username and password.
Exactly, yeah. So that's why I thought of this app, and I thought a lot of people would use and benefit from it and just be able to see who's like spamming your account, who's not actively following you, who's followed you for a night and unfollowed you the next day. So I thought this would be an interesting app.
Okay, that is great. I can build that for you. And in terms of making money from this app, how much do you think we should charge for it, or how much do you want to charge for it?
I think I'm happy to start from £3 and see how that goes. I
Okay.
feel people pay £3 for this.
So it's like £3 one payment, and basically you check it once.
Yeah, so I think maybe £3 and two checks, and they can space that out. And then if they want more checks, they just have to pay for it.
Okay. Okay, that sounds like a great idea. Okay, I'm gonna build that for you. What did you say your name was?
My name is Cindy.
Cindy. Okay, nice to meet you, Cindy. I'll build this app for you. It sounds like a
Okay.
great idea. And I will send you the code and the finished product when it's ready so you can start making money from it. Okay. That is an interesting idea, actually. I've thought about this idea myself, and I think I like made something quickly in I don't know, it was like an Instagram video a long time ago, but yeah, we need to like start from scratch. Okay, so like I do in all my videos, the first thing I'm gonna do is just like try to picture what this app is gonna look like. I think I want it to look like Adobe background remover. I really like the Adobe background remover landing page because it's just one page. It tells you exactly how the product works, and you can just upload whatever you need to upload directly. So the way I think app is going to work is something similar to this. So we are going to have let me just make sure I'm selecting a good color. Okay, cool. Reduce this stroke stabilization. This app I'm using is called Good Notes, by the way. It's a perfect app for just like quickly sketching out ideas and taking notes. Okay, so I picture a video here. This is like let's say, it's gonna be a video that just autoplays. And then to the right of it, we will have somewhere, it's probably gonna be like dashes or whatever, like what, oh wait, why is it not making this? So it's gonna be like something like that. Something that looks similar to the Adobe style. Okay, and in here you're going to be able to upload account data. And then maybe below it we have like how it works. So you might be wondering, what is account data? I think, because I've thought about this idea before, the best way to do this is you don't want to have to like get their account username and password, and Instagram doesn't have an API for this. So usually what people would do is basically they'll ask you for your username and password, and then they'll make unofficial API calls to Instagram. But this is very unsafe. It also means you have to like store their username and password as plain text. We don't want to do any of that. So instead, what we're going to do is, I know Instagram has a feature where you can export your data. So if I go on my Instagram account, for example, I know Instagram has a feature where if you go on profile settings, and then here, account center, and then I know if you go into your information and permission, they basically allow you to export account information. So we're going to basically make them export their following and followers account information and upload that in there. And just from that data alone, we should be able to work out who they follow that doesn't follow them back. So back to the design, we're going to just have like a quick how it works. whatever. It's straightforward. So it's just gonna be something like that. One, blah, blah, blah. And it will say something like first, I guess we need to also collect payments. She said she wanted to charge £3 or let's just say $3 for this. So we need to, maybe first step is create account. And then within this is pay, basically. Create account and pay. Usually I wouldn't add this and pay, you kind of want to trick people into paying, but that's okay. We want to be ethical here. And then 2 is export Instagram data, or whatever it is. We're going to improve this later when we're actually working on the UI. And then 3 will be, maybe 2 is actually, I guess 3 is upload and get followers / following. Okay, cool. This is looking good. So this is just the one single page. And maybe we'll put the login and register in a dialogue. Shit, so I'm trying to make this smaller because we actually need 2 pages. Should I make this smaller? Okay. Yeah. So we have the first page right here. Let's do that. And then for the second page, we are just going to show them who follows them that they don't follow, basically. So we basically need to just have a title. Let's just say, what would we call them? Unfollowers. So these are people that you follow, but they don't follow you back. And it will just list their name. So it would have, we might not be able to get their profile picture. So it's just going to be the name and then maybe a link to Instagram here. And it'll be the name and a link to their Instagram profile. So you can tap on it and unfollow them quickly, because I guess that's what people want to do. And then, so this is like a Instagram link. And I guess we need to track the usage. So she mentioned if you pay £3, it will give you 2 checks. So we need like, I'm just thinking how to do this. So you pay £3, you get 2 checks. And then when you run out of checks, you pay again. So we basically need to store something relating to the checks. Okay, this is good. Now, what I like to do is when this is done, I export it. So I'm just going to share it with myself. Wait, what's going on? Yeah, sorry. Export this page. Export it as an image. Export, bang, airdrop it to my MacBook. And we are ready to start coding. I'm actually excited about this one because I kind of want to know this information too. I have like 196,000 followers on Instagram, so this is going to be a good check. If it works on my account, then it works on any account. So I would love to also know on my account, who do I follow that doesn't follow me back? Okay, so we have the design right now. So what we are going to do is create a new project. So I have this boilerplate. This is my boilerplate. It has login, backend connections, UI, shard, CN, tailwind, basically everything you need to actually build an application like a pro already implemented into it. So that's what we're going to be using to build this. So I'm just going to rename it to, what are we calling this? Let's just call it follow checker. follow, this is a follow, Let's just call it unfollowed. Yeah, that's a good name. Okay, cool. So we've just renamed that. Now let's just open the boilerplate in Cursor, and we are ready to start building. So the first thing I'm going to do in this boilerplate is we need to set up our Supabase. Supabase is where everything is going to be stored. It's where it's going to handle our authentication, so logging in and logging out. It's going to handle our database and storing everything related to that. So we just need to like fill this in with our Supabase project information. And because the boilerplate already implements everything, as soon as we just put those information in there, actually I already have Supabase open, then it automatically just creates our authentication for us, so we don't have to do it. So I'm just going to create an org. Let's just call it unfollowed org. This is actually a real project. This is crazy. Wait for that to create. And now let's create a project. Unfollowed. Europe is good. Let's enable automatic RLS. And we need to create a password. So I've created a password. We just need to make sure to copy this password because we're going to need it in a second. I'm just going to store it there. I'm also going to minimize this because we no longer need that. Close that. Okay, cool. So we have the password, and now let's create a project. Perfect. While the project is being created, let's do a few things. Let's create a Stripe project too. I'm going to use an existing Stripe project, but this is what we're going to use to collect the payments from the user. So I already have Stripe. I have a lot of projects on Stripe because I'm constantly building stuff. But let's just use the API key for an existing project that I already have. So I'm going to use the API secret. Can I just copy it? Or do I have to create a new one? Okay, I guess I'll create a new one. Let's call it. Okay, let's name the key unfollowed. Perfect. So we have the API key. And you can just think of an API key as a password that allows the code to talk to Stripe basically and like collect information, collect payment information, charge a user and so on. So this is basically like a password that allows our code to interact with Stripe. And then now we just need to create a product for unfollowed. So we're just going to call it unfollowed. It could be anything, pass. It's a one-off payment. She said it's £3 and that should give you 2 payments. Okay, so we have that. Now we just need to copy the Stripe ID. Perfect, we have the Stripe price ID. Okay, we're almost done. And now we need to go back to our Supabase project. It's finished setting up everything for us. And now let's just connect to it. So we're gonna go to ORM, choose Drizzle because that's what the boilerplate uses. By the way, if you like get this boilerplate, I have tutorials that shows you exactly how to like set this up for your project. So I'm just doing it quickly because I've done this a million times. Okay, perfect. And now we just need 2 more things, the Supabase URL and the Supabase publishable key. It's crazy to me that Cursor auto-suggests things on this environment variable file, because shouldn't they not be accessing that file? Isn't that a bit risky that the AI has access to it? So I'm going to grab my Supabase URL for the new project. And then we're going to grab the publishable key. We can find that if we go project settings, API keys. And we have the publishable key right here. Just from making this change alone, we already have a database application, or I guess, yeah, an application that has authentication configured, has payments configured and so on. So I'm just going to rename this to .env.local. Another thing I want to do is the final setup is I want to connect my Supabase to Cursor with the MCP. So to do that, again, Supabase has simple instructions for this. If you go to MCP, you see they give you the MCP URL. So I can just copy this entire thing, paste it in here, rename this file to mcp.json. And then now I just have to make sure it's connected. So you go to the MCP, it should show there. And now I just have to authenticate it. The reason I love doing this is if there's an error in my code, I want Cursor and the AI in Cursor to have full visibility on everything that's stored in my database. So without this, it's literally not gonna have a clue what's stored in my database. But because of this MCP, it means it can actually make requests to my database to see what's stored in there. So now we are ready to start building the project. Oh, one more thing. When you paste the database URL, it has your password as a placeholder. So you need to actually put your password in there. So we have everything working. Cool. Now let's write the first prompt to build this. So we're going to be using Opus 4.6, which is my favorite model to build this product. Let's grab which I'm just going to do it here. Let's grab that picture yeah, this is a picture. And one more thing before we prompt this, because I want the first prompt to be great. So I really want to understand everything about the product and how it's going to be built. So one thing is I want to go to Instagram and quickly export my following and followers data so I can actually see what's inside it. So I'm going to export it to this device. So this is what the user is going to have to do. We do not want all the information. We only want followers and following. So just unselect everything. It's really annoying that they just select everything by default. And now we're going to go to followers and following and then save. So it's only this. And then date range, we want all time. And then JSON. And then, yeah, so we can start the export on this. Okay, cool. So I've exported it and we have it ready for us. I'm just going to download it quickly. Perfect. So this is the folder and let's look at it. So we basically have inside it, we're going to have followers and following. So this is what we want the user to drag into our app. And then, okay, this is interesting. So it has followers.json. I'm guessing because I have so many followers, it's divided it up into a bunch of files. And then this is the following. So if I go on one of these files, for example, open it with Sublime Text, you see this is like roughly what it looks like. So it's an array and it has a link. I guess it has a link to that account. So we're going to need to basically grab the username from this link. Oh, I guess the username is right here. So we have the username right here within string data. Okay, cool. This is looking like it's not going to be too hard, guys. And then if I look at my following, we have the same thing, string data, except this one doesn't have the value. So we have to be looking at, I wonder why this one doesn't have the value. So it doesn't have the value. Oh, but in the title of the following, it has the username. So let me just look at this. And then that. Okay, cool. I'm ready to prompt. Okay. I'm going to be using Whisperflow to prompt. It does my voice typing for me. Okay, so I'm building an application that allows people to be able to see people they follow that don't follow them back, basically, on Instagram. And the way it works is we have the landing page, and the landing page has a video on the left. For now, you can just make that a gray placeholder box, and a box on the right where the user can upload the folder followers underscore following. This is the folder that they get when they export their data from Instagram. And I'll show you an example of what that folder contains. Okay, so we have this already. This is a folder there. Okay, cool. When the user, actually, I'm just thinking, should it just say login? Okay. When the user tries to upload the folder to that box or drag it in that box, if they're not logged in, it should send them to the sign up page to sign up or sign in. And then after, if that check passes, we basically need to check to see if they have any usage. So the way usage works is I've created a product on Stripe that allows the user to pay one time for a product, and when they make that payment, they get 2 usage. Yeah, they basically get 2 usage, and every time they sorry, wait, sorry, I had to laugh, guys, because this is how I do my typing. It's like now that I'm recording it, I feel like I look nuts, but this is literally what I always do. Okay, where did you stop? The way usage works is I've created a product on Stripe that allows users to pay one time for a product. When they make that payment, they get 2 usage. So the amount of usage left has to be stored in the database. Okay. And now I'm just going to give it an example. Oh, no, I need to explain something too. The followers, actually, I'm going to type this. The followers following folder is structured like this. Follower, let me see. Okay, I'm just going to put a screenshot of this. Added screenshot. So if a user has many followers, it breaks it down into following followers. Is it, what's the followers 1 .json. So the first thing we need to do is combine that into one large array. Here's an example of a followers JSON, and I'll say here's an example of a following JSON. I don't expect AI to write all the code for me in this one. I'm going to have to probably go in there, but I want it to do a really good job just to like get us going quickly because we don't have long to build this. So this is the followers example. So I'm just going to show it here. And then this is the following example. Let's grab that here. Let me just do a ... You see, to get the username is different for following and followers. Okay, this should be good. Let's plan. Always start with planning, guys. Never trust the AI to implement everything for you. Start with planning, read the plan, and make sure it's exactly how you would build it, and then let it build. So we're just going to give that a few minutes to finish implementing the plan. And I know some of you asked me in the last video, why do I prefer using Cursor over Claude Code? I think the thing about Cursor is that it's easy for me to see exactly what it's doing and then quickly just jump into the file and change it. And yeah, it feels more like it's collaborative, like I'm actually working together with AI to build this. Whereas with Claude Code, I feel like that's just a lot more trust. Like I'm trusting it's going to get it right first time. And right now, I would say I'm not at the point where I trust it 100% yet. Yeah, I think Cursor just has a lot better user experience for a developer than Claude Code. But I will say Claude Code is way cheaper than Cursor. Cursor is literally insane. The only reason I'm able to do all this is that I made a sponsored video for Cursor on my Instagram and it gave me a bunch of credits. So now I'm like way more comfortable. But before this, oh my God, literally I was spending, I think last month I spent nearly £140 on Cursor, which is like insane to me. Okay, it looks like it's asking me some questions. Where should the unfurled results be displayed after a separate protected page? Yep. For reliable payment tracking, credentials to users after one point. We need a Stripe webhook. No, I don't want to do webhooks. No, I don't want to do webhooks. Redirect them to a page. I could do webhooks, but I feel like webhooks, something always breaks. I don't redirect them to a page that will mark It's as paid or to an API. Obviously, in like real applications that I build, I use webhooks, but sometimes just to get an MVP up and running, I don't really want to mess with webhooks. It's a recipe for disaster. Okay, looks like the plan is being written. Let's see what it is. Rename proxy to middleware to change exported function. About this session refreshes never run. Add usage credited integer. Okay, so it has the schema right here. Unfollow count. We don't need to store this, do we? Why are we storing this? Oh, I guess for the current. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's just for the current calculation. Then push, Stripe changes, create payment checkout. Change it to one-time payment. Perfect. New verified, take session ID string. Create checkout success page. Reads blah blah blah. Shows a beat. Okay, this is actually what does the verifying without the webhooks. Creates and unfollows. Analyze. Do we need to do that on the back end? I guess this is good to do on the back end because then it means our proprietary algorithm that compares the followers and following is hidden on the back end and not being done on the front end. Okay. Redesign the landing page. Upload drop zone. Blah, blah, blah. That looks good. Results page. Okay, this looks good to me. Let's build it. It's shocking. Usually the plan I have to change something in it, but this actually looks quite okay to me. Okay, looks like it's updated my schema. So if I go over here, yep, we have our user and it has the usage credit. Okay, cool. So it looks like it's designed the database. I am just going to give it access to run everything. It's kind of risky, but I'll let it just run everything without me asking. And now I want to make the video that's going to show on the left. I'm going to be using Screen Studio. If you've ever seen those really cool, oh, I can't use Screen Studio, I just realized because I'm using it to record this video. Shit. I came up with an idea, guys. I'm going to use QuickTime to record my screen and then so I can actually use screen time. Okay, cool. We have the video. That shows them exactly what to do. So now we're going to export it. We want 720p. We want it for the web. And we don't need it to be that high quality. So we don't want it. Yeah. Let's export this. I'm just going to store this in my desktop for now and just call it unfollowed demo. Okay. While that's exported, let's check what's going on. Okay. It looks like it's done with the first version. The A is finished writing the code. Before we look at the code, let's just see what it looks like right now. Is it actually working? Do we need to go in there and fix it ourselves? npm run dev, okay. Keep in mind, the reason my AI here is able to work so well. Oh, look, it changed the file from a middleware to a proxy, but it was actually right. That's a mistake. Because I know it renamed the file from proxy to middleware. Let's just tell it to change it back. How dare you mess with the boilerplate? But like I was saying, the reason the AI does so well and it can build most of this application is that it's starting from a boilerplate that already has Stripe authentication, front end to back end integrated. So it's way easier for it to actually make the changes that it needs to make. Okay, cool. So now let's run our application. Let's test it out. Okay, all right, okay. We've got something. Everything you need to clean up your folder. Instant upload your data. Okay, how it works is not exactly. Okay, create an account. Okay, export Instagram data. Okay, yeah, this is a good how it works. Again, this is from the boilerplate. Okay, this is good. I'm just going to remove this section. We don't need the features sections. Let's go to, sorry, it's page.tsx. Let's remove the features. We can leave the how it works there. We need some cool pictures for this, but I'll say make up some, okay, SVG for the, I've never done this before. Usually I'll just make my own images on Figma, but we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to get Opus to do it and see if we can actually create some good SVGs. But here, so this is looking good. We have that unfollowed. We have what you get 2 analysis. You have this too. Perfect. I just need to upload the video here. So while that's happening, I'm going to reveal this in Finder. Well, not reveal that in Finder. Okay, so we need the public folder. And then we're gonna put the video in there. Let me just close this. I have a lot of things open right now. Oh my God, I just closed the folder I opened. Let's open it again. Okay, I've created a public folder. Now let's drag that video we created. Okay, and now let's go to another page and say I have added public slash, what's the file code? To the public folder. Can you replace the placeholder in Heroes? Guys, AI makes programmers superhero, literally. Everyone's saying AI is going to take out jobs as programmers, but I actually think as software engineers, we're going to take everyone's jobs, because now we can do things, we can build a million things, we can go after bigger companies like Salesforce. Salesforce doesn't need to exist. We can literally build Salesforce in like, what, 2 weeks with 3 people. I actually think this is going to be good for software engineers. That's my prediction, but we'll see. I was just bigging up AI, but I'm pretty sure it just failed. Why is it not loading? It's just white. Why is it not loading? I hope I put it in the right folder. Public, right? If I do localhost / public. Okay, apparently it's done with the how it works. Okay, yeah, export your Instagram data and then get who follows you. Okay, yeah, this is good SVG. I would have done it better myself, but we don't have time. The video is not working. I'm gonna have to code that myself. I have no idea what the hell it's doing. Let's go to the heroes and see what crappy code AI is writing in here. Let's just do this. Firstly, why is it not unfollowed? Just make sure it's right. This is the video. I'm just gonna force a height on it and see. Height 200 pixel. This is where you understand why it's important to know how to code a tiny bit when it comes to dealing with all this, because when there's a mistake, you can actually go in there, because sometimes it just can't figure out the mistake. But with this, I can actually kind of go in there and see what's going on. Why is it not working? I'm so confused. This should be good enough. I have to unfollow, except it's not in the right folder, but it is in the right folder. Let me try something. I'll just get a random picture. Put it in the public folder, change it to image, and then put an image in here. /image.png fix. Oh, sorry, img. Oh my God. Shows you how much AI has messed with this. I just want to make sure the public folder is correct. Yeah, so look, this is loading from the public folder. So the question is, why is my video not loading from the public folder? This doesn't make sense. Let me close this and run it again. This is weird to me. Let me remove all this. Oh, okay, what about his background? Why has he added background? Could it be that? What the hell? Can you see why the video is not showing? I have no idea why it's not showing. It's an MP4. The name is correct. Guys. Oh, it says the proxy. Oh, yeah. Could it be the proxy? Oh, I think the proxy is actually blocking it because the user is not logged in. Oh, yeah, that could be it. Yeah, it was the proxy. Shit. Okay, now I can undo. Why is there even a proxy there anyway in the first place? Whatever. Undo everything so it kind of looks good. Okay, let me just see. And I'm going to say add a title and subtitle above the hero video and drop zone. Yeah, I was just wondering, something's not right with this, and I think it's the fact that there's nothing at the top. Okay, so we have that step. Okay, find out who unfollowed you. Okay, that's okay. I just think it's a bit too big. Let's do 5XL. Upload your Instagram follower list and find out who. I think I want controls in the video. Controls. Yeah, I want the user to be able to like go back and actually see how to do what they're doing. Okay. So we have the guide right here. We have how it works. We have this demo section. I just need to add the video again. I'll say add the demo video to the demo section. Same video in hero. And then we have the pricing and we have that. Okay, the UI I'm almost happy with after we do this. And now we have to actually make sure everything is working together and the payments are working and so on. I'm just gonna open Stripe because we might need to go into Stripe to debug in a bit. And yeah. Okay, so the demo section is done. Let's just see how that looks. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, cool. Keep in mind, guys, if I had more than an hour to do these builds, I'll make them way better. This is like me just trying to do it as quickly as possible. Okay, cool. So we have the following folder. If I tap on this, it should, okay, it's telling me to do that. So I'm gonna try to upload that and then let's see what happens. Okay, it tells me to log in. Perfect. So now I'm going to create an account. Has to confirm my email. Again, remember, it's because this is built on the boilerplate. This confirmation and all this stuff is working really well. I was gonna say a swear word. Okay, now I'm going to log in. I've confirmed my email. Okay, I'm in. Now, if I try to upload it, it should tell me that I need to pay. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. Let me pay £3. Enter the Stripe test because this is a test environment. That is not my actual card details. If it was, I would not be sharing it. This card was denied. Your request was in live mode, but it's not known. 424242. What the hell? This is a known test card. Did I enter it wrong? Your request was, oh, this is in live mode. Holy crap. I didn't, oh my God, I was meant to get the sandbox. No wonder. I used basically my production API key for this instead of my sandbox API key. Okay, that is not good. Let's get the proper API key from Stripe. Damn, that is risky. Okay, this is this test secret. And let's just change that. Oh my God, it means we also created the product catalog. So we need to create it again. We'll call it unfollowed. Pass, one off, £3, add the product. We're doing good with time, it's nearly an hour, which is perfect. So we're gonna add the price ID. Okay, phew, let me just restart the application again and let's try that from where we left off. Okay, so now if I try to upload my folder, it should, oh, but now because, damn, because it created a user for me, it's now saying that user doesn't exist. So now I have to basically set this to no. And hopefully it recreates it for me. Let's try again. Bang! Okay, hopefully we're in test mode now. If I use the test data, select £3. I'm in Spain, that's why it's giving me the euro. And then if I tap pay, it should redirect me to the payments page, confirming your payments. I now have 2 credits. Oh my God, this is so sick. If you go to the database and I refresh, it should show that I have 2 credits. Maybe, why does it show 1? Maybe the cut starts from 0. We'll look into that after. Oh, it shows me oh my God, it actually worked. Oh my God. So these are all the people that I follow that don't follow me back. Let me see if I can actually find a friend in there. Who's this guy? Oh, this is a lot of these are like creators as you'd expect. Ava, let me see if I can find anyone. Any of my snakes. Who's this? Oh my God, this app is useful. This app is so useful that I'm literally gonna be here. I'm gonna unfollow this person. No, this is actually a good app. This is solid. Oh, that's why the usage credit said 1, because it's actually been used already in this request. Okay, got it. Guys, I just got heartbroken because I just found out someone unfollowed me. Anyways, we've built the product. It works, as you can see, by my addiction to it right now. I'm going to send the code to the caller. I forgot her name. I'm going to send it to her and she can launch it and start making money. I think people will actually pay £3 or $3 or €3 just to quickly check this information. The boilerplate I'm using is in the description. Subscribe if you like this video and you want to get more of it. And I'm also going to put a link there if you want me to build your app idea for you.